ASMR. We should do an ASMR episode.
No.
We should.
Immediately no.
Connections Corner ASMR. No, it's fine. We should do that. That's
Okay.
funny. I don't know if I'm whispering. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Hey guys, welcome back to Connections Corner. I'm Ivana.
And I'm Hesham.
And this podcast is all about finding your connections, your people and your vibes at the University of Gloucestershire.
We talk about everything from student life to what you get up to outside of lectures. We talk about what have we covered over the past few episodes?
Who knows?
We've talked about
Everything and
Halloween,
anything.
getting cozy, at
Gilmore Girls.
Wingstop.
Food. Meals. Amazon.
Yeah, everything. So
Honestly.
if you're a regular watcher, you know all about it.
you
And
know,
if you're
you know.
not, hello.
What are you doing?
We've got 4 episodes out already.
Yeah.
Go back and watch them. You can watch on YouTube or you can listen to wherever you enjoy your podcasts. But I feel like we're really getting into it now. Do you know what I mean? We are professionals now.
Yeah. I want to see how today, because we have a guest.
We have a guest.
Today.
Yeah, it's not just us.
Yeah, it's not
you
just
probably
us.
know by the thumbnail.
By the title,
yeah.
We do have a guest coming later, which we're very excited about.
And it's probably our first professional guest.
I
we can
guess
speak to
so.
students and all the fun
Yeah.
stuff. But we did promise you that we'll actually give you tangible advice and have professionals
Yes.
from the uni to talk about real life things. So yeah, it's probably
And I
the
just want to
first
see how
serious
many
episode.
times I can smoothly segue from a conversation from a topic to another topic. So
Are you going to set that like a
Please.
challenge?
Yeah.
Love that. So someone needs to comment how many times you do that, because I'm going to be editing this episode. I don't have time to count.
Yeah, that's fine.
But how have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in
Good.
ages since the last episode we recorded.
that was last week.
Yeah, so much happens in a week, Ivana.
So true.
Was it last week? Was the week before that?
No. What did we do
But
last
yeah, 'cause
week?
by the time we record this, guys, we're recording this on a day that you would
The
have seen.
next week you are seeing this.
Yeah, so it's coming out on the day that the Halloween episode is coming out. So happy Halloween.
Happy.
No, it would have passed
No,
already. Hope you had a
gone.
good Halloween.
We hope you had an amazing Halloween. Let us know what you dressed up as.
Yeah, and you dressed up as Daisy Duck.
I did. That's crazy because that hasn't happened yet.
That
so
hasn't
don't
happened
say
yet.
that. That's weird.
But technically,
I dressed up as Daisy Duck.
and I actually have switched my
I'd
idea.
love to know if my bow made it home.
Yeah.
So, future me,
Are you going to send us a picture of your outfit so you can put it in?
no.
No. You're not going to expose
Next question. I'm really mad at you today.
Why?
Because I was not told where we were filming this
Oh,
episode.
good.
So we're in the S&C studio. What's it called?
The Strength and Conditioning Suite.
Suite. And I'm wearing a trench.
Yeah.
So I look like I'm stepping out into London to do my Christmas shopping, and I'm actually in Oxtall's.
In the
just
gym.
In the gym.
So I
So
feel
if you see me in the back lifting what did you say earlier? Deadlifting.
Deadlifting.
Yeah, mind your own business in my fluffy coat, which also kind of like dressing gown vibes.
It's nice. It's cozy. I
I
feel like
know,
we need to
it's
explain
really
why
cute.
we're here. So
I didn't even know we were going to be here,
till
which
this
is why I'm wearing
morning.
this outfit, and I'm fuming.
I will let you know where we're
I would have
filming.
worn like a gym outfit.
You've
I would have
been
fit
in
the. I
your
would have
gym shark set.
my defined set,
Love
my
that.
defined leggings.
Do they match? Have you got a top that matches?
No,
Oh, fair.
but defined sponsor us.
Someone at them in the comments. But I feel like we need to explain why we're here,
Yeah,
because it is
yeah.
a bit random that we are literally
because we're
in the
actually
gym.
yeah.
So we're in the Strength and Conditioning Suite here on Oxford's campus because, as you know by the title of the thumbnail, we're talking to Dr Jordan Wintle in the second half of this episode. Jordan Wintle is the associate head here at one of the schools, and he basically helps students connect with real life industry opportunities and placements. So if you come to an open day or if you're a current student, Jordan is one of those people that kind of enables you to get that dream job and get through those placements. And he has a wealth of knowledge about what to do, how the university connects students. So I'm really excited to talk to him.
Yeah, I think I'm really
But
excited. I've never met him before.
Since I've seen you last, I've never met him before. Yeah, you felt you'll be the first time you're meeting him.
Yeah.
But since we've last spoken, we are really in uni time now.
I
The
know.
semester, we're
Tell me
knee
about
deep
it.
into
I
the
know.
semester. How's it going? How is
Honestly,
uni life going?
It's going. I've already started on a few of my final year project bits and
Great.
bobs, which is
We haven't even reached
scary.
November. You're actually ahead of schedule.
Yeah, so I don't actually do a dissertation or anything. We do a kind of projecty kind of thing going
Yeah, a project.
on. Yeah,
Because
final year
it's one of those
project.
things that if you're studying a creative subject, you get to choose.
At the end of the day, who cares if you can write an essay? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in
show
the
us your
industry.
work.
Yeah,
So
they need to see what you can
what you can produce.
What you bring to the table.
Exactly. So what are you doing yours on?
So I'm kind of, I'm actually pitching. This isn't finalised 100% because I'm only pitching in 2 weeks. But I'm planning on doing mine on migration to and from Slovakia. Because if you didn't already know, don't say it that much. You know, just don't speak about it.
No, we do know
I am
because
Slovakian.
Your housemates play the Slovakian national anthem on your Alexa.
You love that.
It's so funny to me, the idea of you just like
Rising.
waking up, rising,
I know.
salute.
Hand on heart.
Hand on heart to the Slovakian
Exactly.
national anthem.
So I've just kind of started brainstorming for that and trying to get my sources together and my interviews and everything, which I've already bagged myself to 3 even actually.
Nice.
So I'm very excited I say excited. I am excited. But it's just going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of translating. It'll be a challenge.
Love that. And it's going to be such a niche, cool thing that only you can do this. Like no one else can do it.
I guess so.
You can make it your own.
Yeah.
I love that. I can't do it for sure.
Yeah.
No. So, but do you want to tell the audience about how extreme you're going with this? Like you're so dedicated.
I'm flying.
Yeah.
Back home.
She's going intercontinental. You're going to Slovakia for this project.
Mr. Worldwide. Pitbull doesn't know.
Are you actually doing it for the project or are you just going home for like a jolly?
I wouldn't be going. If it wasn't for this project, I wouldn't be going. No, but I will obviously see my family and stuff. And yeah.
That's really sweet.
I'm going in January. So it'll be really fun.
How long are you going for?
4 days.
Nice. That's a nice little
5.
long weekend, break. That's so fun.
I will be off uni anyway.
Yeah.
I don't even get to miss uni.
You're like,
no,
I'm not using my uni time to do my actual dissertation of human.
So yeah, it'll be really fun. It'll be really good. It'll be cold. It'll probably be snowing. I'm excited.
Oh, that's cute.
That's kind of fun.
Get some snow pics.
Because it probably won't snow here.
No, it definitely won't snow
So
here.
I'm gonna get my content. But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. And then really January is gonna be the greatest lock-in. I know we said it in September. I know in October even we said it's the great September lock-in. But the new month, it looks like it's going to be January.
Have you not locked in so far? No. It's hard work though. I feel like when you come back to uni after like the summer and you've seen all your friends and not like you've got a lot of social plans in and whatnot, it's hard to lock in when you like want to just go out and have fun, you know?
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And what about you? What's new with you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. It's been a crazy couple of months. We're really prepping up for graduation at UoG.
Yes.
Which I'm so excited about. And
I will be there.
You will be there. And I think we've hinted at this, but I'm going to say it. We're doing a special graduation episode.
Yeah, I think we actually mentioned already mentioned this before.
But we are doing it, guys. We're doing a special graduation episode. As it stands, don't know what we're doing yet, but we are going to do it.
Who knows? We probably won't know until the day we get there.
Yeah, and I won't tell you where we are so you can match the outfit.
I'm going to...
Just smart. We have to dress smart.
I know. I was there last year.
Yeah, I need to like go on Vinted and get some new outfits for this graduation.
Really?
Yeah, because it's going to be cold. And last year I made the mistake of just like wearing a shirt and a blazer.
Oh, I remember that. And I remember I was kitted out in like a big coat. I had a scarf on. I had a dress, tights, the whole lot.
I was panicking the week before, like even a few days before graduation, trying to find thermals because I was like, I don't want to
skins.
like t-shirt thermals because I was like, it's gonna be so cold.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be out doing content. So this year I need to really be
I'm
planned.
really excited.
I'm gonna go on Vinted and get like good outfits for graduation, but it's gonna be so fun because a lot of our friends are also graduating. A lot of like our colleagues are graduating, so it'd be nice to just.
My housemate's graduating.
Fun. We're gonna have to do a big hoot and holler.
We will.
Auditorium.
Yes, we will.
Get like party poppers. I don't think we're allowed to do that, but who knows? We might get away with it. But yeah, I'm prepping for graduation. I'm also very excited for, which is a bit random for me because I normally don't like it when the clocks change.
They just did,
and it's getting really dark. I'm feeling a bit tired because of just the weather change and like how dark everything is.
Wait, I just noticed that there's no windows in here and this has really just spun me out completely.
Yeah, there's no windows. There's like a big glass door, but it's actually covered because it's a fire exit.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like probably starting to get dark now because it's the winter.
It's 2:30.
It's 2:30. I don't know what time of the day it is.
But yeah, no, I know we were talking about this earlier as well because I was saying how like I literally go to work in the dark and I come back home in the dark. And it's even worse if you wake up in the dark and come back home in the dark.
Yeah, it's
that
horrendous.
is just...
But I am trying to get into like a PMA, a positive mental attitude of like, I'm not going to let the weather define my mood.
I was literally sat with my housemate in my living room yesterday and I was literally like, like it was dark and I was like, oh, like, you know, time for bed, like whatever.
Yeah.
I checked the time,
And
it's
it's
7
like-
o'clock.
yeah.
And I'm like,
Literally me the
and
past
I
3 days.
literally was like, oh, it's literally only 7.
Yeah.
And I need to remember that this isn't the end of the world. Like the night is still young.
Yeah, the
Everyone's
clock-
saying that in my house. We keep going, the night is still young
The
because
night is still young.
it
It
actually
is.
like spins you out.
I was like, I finished work, I made dinner, and I was like, oh, time for bed. And I was like, look, and it was like 7:30.
I know.
And I was like, no, I've got things to do.
I know.
So I put a wash on, and I was like, you know what? I can't let the fact that the sun is
Yeah.
not out for me to not get my chores done.
Exactly. And also on the other hand, if we're talking like cozy, like let's put the film on, I had a cup of
Yes.
tea.
Nice. What? Just I have many cups of tea throughout the day. You treat yourself to one cup of tea just because the sun is not out. Are you a tea drinker? Do you like tea? No.
I'm a coffee gal, you know this.
yeah, yes.
Hello.
Love the
Coca-Cola,
coffee.
hello.
Hello.
No, but I don't drink like not English tea. Like not English breakfast tea. Like
Yeah,
I drink
Slovakian tea.
no, not even.
So what tea did you have?
Like I have like sleeve.
Oh,
Teas.
sleep tea.
And the Twinings, like the oh my gosh, that was actually the best. The glow teas, the defense teas, the sweet
Fun.
dreams, the sleeps. I'm all over that.
See,
I'm all over that.
I like normal
So I
tea.
came home from work last night and I was immediately sleep tea.
Sleep tea. Did it put you to sleep?
No, I was literally rocking back and forth.
Just like, wait, what's in the tea?
This had the opposite effect of what it was meant to have.
Did you watch a cozy film or a show?
No,
You just
reels
you just doom scrolling with the ghost.
with my sleepy tea.
That's so funny. I love
Just reels.
what? Just reels, not TikTok. Just on Instagram reels scrolling.
Me and my friends have like an obsession with reels right now.
Do you guys have like me and my partner
yeah.
do this? We sit down and like watch together.
No, actually, yeah.
Do you send each other
One of my friends does this a
videos
lot.
that day?
She'll be like, okay, your phone time, like your reels time. Can I watch yours?
Yes, because if you know,
And I'm
if
like,
you're
yeah.
an avid doom scroller like we are, you don't want to waste a good feed.
And you know what's
on, like,
really, really bad as well? Like sometimes I'll say something and my housemate's like, no one would understand that because no one is that chronically online as you are. And I'm like, okay, just
literally
humble
my
me.
life. I sometimes just talk.
What can I
in
say?
TikTok
Yesterday,
sounds.
I was at my internship
Yeah.
and I literally, like, I have to doom scroll for my internship to
That's
come
a-
up with content.
that's a good
like,
job.
That's literally, I just have to TikTok scroll
You just sat there.
for hours and hours.
I really hope that people that have hired you know that you're doing that for a job. But if people in
Yeah.
the office who don't know who you are, they're
Yeah, and that's
like, what is this
yeah,
girl
they
doing?
probably think I'm literally on my phone, like going on TikToks during my internship. Like, no, this is what I've been assigned to do this.
Yeah, I am actually saving links in the chat for us to recreate the TikToks.
Chat.
Yeah. You hate sending links in chats. I don't know why.
Because I think it's so millennial.
No, but it's not about millennial. I feel really strongly about
can
this.
tell.
If you're in a group chat, you want to talk about the content that you're sending to each other. Now you can do that in TikTok. I get that.
And we have Instagram group chats, we have TikTok group chats. Like,
But
there's just no
previously
need
you
to.
couldn't. Previously you couldn't. Anyhow, go back to
And
tea,
you
'cause
send
I
your
need to
hauls
hit
on
you up.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Also, can we just point out the fact that, like, in last week's episode, I mentioned the fact that I love WhatsApp. However, in the week before that, I actually said I hated it. So, yeah, I don't know
You're
what was
a
going
liar.
on there. Just
Just make your
PSA.
mind up on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you actually use it other than just talking to us?
Just
for,
talking
like,
to you guys and
business?
talking to my family from Slovakia.
Okay, fair. It's
Because if you didn't already know.
Just a Slovakian ordinary girl. I love that you always just have to make sure that. You never seen that? I'm just an ordinary girl. No? Okay, it doesn't
I'm
matter.
just an ordinary
Yeah,
girl.
I don't want to
sometimes.
sing the song because I don't want to make people's ear bleed. But wait, I need to go back to teas because I need to recommend the tea to you. I know you don't like English breakfast teas, but have you ever heard of Biscuit Brew?
That sounds sickening.
No, it's so good. It's by Yorkshire Tea.
Okay,
No, but it's good and it tastes like
shout out
biscuits.
Yorkshire Tea.
Please give me free tea. I am obsessed with Yorkshire Tea. Like, I will take
You
it.
know how obsessed I am with Wingstop? Like, that's the level of
I
passion
love
with
your.
tea.
I am so passionate about Yorkshire Tea. I will not drink anything else. Like, I feel
No
like
PG
one day.
tips.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What
No
else is
PG
there?
tips.
Like,
No Taifu. Absolutely. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, what?
Taifu. Yeah. It's not even worth knowing about. But
Okay.
It's actually the worst tea. Yorkshire tea is the best, and
must
I've
be
recently
relevant if I haven't
discovered,
heard of it.
literally, and the red tea from Tesco is really good.
The
Like,
what?
Tesco's own red label tea is really good. As a tea
I don't even know
connoisseur.
if Tesco had an own.
No, of course they do. They sell their own like products.
Tesco's own tea.
Yeah.
I don't
Do
know.
you know like
But have you seen that tea? And
it what?
it tastes of. I don't want to butcher this.
Jam and toast?
No. Something else.
Toast and jam.
Is it like English breakfast? No, it tastes of like a fry up or something.
That's horrendous.
No, wait, that's wrong. That's wrong. I was literally in Tesco like 2 days ago. It tastes of
Breakfast. It's just, did you just read breakfast tea and you're like, it's a full English breakfast tea? No.
I'm not that thick. Jeez.
No, but I'm saying like there's brisket brew and there's toast and jam. Biscuit brew. Not brisket. Biscuit brew. And there's toast and jam. I don't like the toast and jam, but I'm a big fan of biscuit brew. And
What is biscuit brew?
It is literally a Yorkshire tea that tastes like biscuits.
Okay, so what makes you think that if I don't like normal tea, what makes you think I'm going to like that?
Because this doesn't taste like normal tea. I'll bring some in next time. And
Although whenever I'm ill, my mum, we should have a brew.
We should have a brew and we can, I'll do a blind taste test. But yes, I think we've yapped long enough.
Yeah, let's get the guest in.
As we said, we're speaking to Dr. Jordan Wintle, so we'll take a little break, and when we come back, we'll talk to Jordan about everything, connections and employment at UoG. But as always, if you're a new listener or an existing listener and thinking about joining UoG, we need to do the business bits now.
Yes, of course.
Follow us on socials at Uni of Glos. Join the broadcast channel inside Team Glos. The broadcast channel is a really great way for you to connect and get access to the podcast and other things early. But also, if you have any questions, just DM us on social. Our amazing team will be in touch. And if you're interested about coming to study here, definitely come to an open day. So head to glos.ac.uk, book an open day, and hopefully we'll see you on campus. But yeah, should we take a little break and speak to Jordan?
See you in a second.
See you in a bit. Fab, we're back. Thank you so much for obviously tuning back in. As always, this is Connections Corner. And we told you we have a special guest, so we do have a special guest for you. This is Dr. Jordan Wintle, the Associate Head for the School of, I'm gonna try to get this right, Education, Sports? No.
Education, Health and Science.
Great start.
I fell at the
First
first hurdle. Fab. So before we really jump into it, but explain to people what you do at the university and what the school that I just butchered the name for, what they do.
Yeah, so I'm in the School of Education, Health and Science, which incorporates all of our education programs, our health programs, and our science programs, which is pretty broad, but that does include sport, which, hence the setting.
That's what we're here.
Lots of our biosciences programs that are over at FCH as well. And I guess the school is like a department. So it's an easy way to think about it is that the university is split up into 3 schools, 3 departments, and we're one of those. And we're actually probably, in terms of the number of staff and students, the biggest school at the university. My role, so I'm Associate Head of School for Outreach and Student Recruitment. So all about getting us out there, helping people to make good choices about whether to come to university, and hopefully that this is the university for them, and offer them all the advice and information they need to make those good choices, and help them with their next steps. Hopefully towards that successful career that they want within one of those subjects that's in our school.
And as always, we've always spoken about university being an investment.
Yes.
So people like Jordan are the reason why you make the right decision, because they provided the right information. If you're a prospective student and you come to an open day, I'm sure you'll see Jordan running around.
Open days, always running around.
Doing talks. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time today to come and talk to us here on Connections Corner. We're really excited to talk to you because we promised our audiences that throughout this podcast, we'll talk to students like us and people from our community, but also the professionals, not making it sound like super corporate, but the people who generally help students achieve their dreams. And I think you're one of those people who is quite crucial to the student experience within your school. So we're really excited to talk to you. But yeah, we'll jump right into it.
So let's start kind of with your journey. What drew you first to want to work in education, and what's kept you at the university all these years?
Yeah, so let's rewind back to the start of my university choices. So actually, I didn't go to university straight away. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I went out into the world of work. I got an office job, very dull, and decided that I needed to pursue something that I was passionate about. So sport was that for me when I was a youngster. So I actually came to university here.
Did you play any sports
early
yourself?
2000. Yeah, so as a youngster, kind of football was my kind of big thing as well. As I got older, the body kind of doesn't respond quite as well to the demands of the game. So yeah, a little bit more kind of endurance-based stuff at the moment. So yeah, you see me on my bike quite a lot as well. But yeah, so I came to university, did a sports program, sports degree here, and then did my teacher training here as well. And then I went out into Gloucestershire, worked as a PE teacher for 9 years, and then came back to the university in 2014. So that's coming up 12 years. And then I was teaching on our sports coaching, physical education programs, and then progressed into my current role a couple of years ago as well. So still trying to maintain some connections with my teaching and my subject, but obviously got that broader responsibility as well now.
And it's so interesting because before we start recording, we were talking about how Jordan was a student here and where we are today, as we've spoken earlier, we're at Oxtal's campus in the Strength and Conditioning Suite. You said that this whole campus opened while you were still a student.
Yeah, so this opened in my second year. So I think that would have been around 2002. So yeah, I was based in Cheltenham, which loved Cheltenham, but then came over to Gloucester for my second and third year. And yeah, absolutely love it here. So every time you walk into a place, you get that slight nostalgic feeling of being back like you're a student. So yeah.
You've had your memories here as a student and obviously over the past like nearly 12 years as a lecturer. What was it like coming back in 2014 as a staff member back to like what would have been your old like stomping ground as a student?
Yeah, really exciting, but really scary as well, because like you said, you kind of like you get pitched as an expert, and I guess
professional.
Like even now, you have that element of self-doubt and those kind of things. So coming back then, I was actually working with some staff that taught me when I was here. So even though I'd had that kind of nearly 10 years of industry experience, it was still then coming back. It's something quite different, going and doing the job, but then coming and teaching somebody else to do the job. It's actually two different skill sets that's required. So yeah, it was almost a little bit like starting all over again and being a beginner, which I think is always a great feeling because then how your students feel when you walk into that room and they're still learning. They feel like beginners, and I don't think that stops. I'm a little bit older now, but there's still lots of things like coming on a podcast that again you still feel like a beginner, and I think that's a really important thing to remember as an educator, is like that feeling of what it's like to start something new.
And I think it's also really important for students to like have a lecturer that has gone through the same experience,
because they can put themselves into your shoes and like know what you're thinking.
Literally, even if it's the exact physical space as well, that's really, really important. Fab, I am really intrigued. Like, obviously, we've kind of just touched on it about what you do in terms of the role of an associate head. But part of this is that we want people to know what it's like to be part of UoG and the people that help you get to the point where you want to be, whether it's the career or further education. But could you just tell us more, like, what do you love the most about your current role? Because you've been here since 2014, and I'm sure you've gone through so many changes. You've seen so many changes at the university, and now where you are. What's your favorite thing about your role currently?
Yeah, I mean, I had quite a nostalgic moment last week, actually. I was out at an event at a school doing some outreach, trying to encourage people to look at university and stuff as well. And as part of that, two of the teachers that we were working with were two of our grads that I taught
amazing.
6, 7, 8 years ago. So I think that's probably one of the best things is when you see where your graduates have got to, not just immediately once they've left, obviously that's great, but when you see them 6, 7, 8 years down the line and they're in, like director of sport positions that Amy, one of my graduates, was in. And, that's great. And I guess part of the appeal of Gloucestershire as well is that lots of our graduates appear to stay in the county, which is brilliant. And obviously that helps us, because they're the next layer of connections for us to get out, and they're always keen to come back and work with us as well. So it's that, ongoing cycle really that you get with kind of seeing them as students and then them leave, and then you see them further down the line. It's it's really interesting, really exciting to stay in touch.
It's like super rewarding, like 100%, like going out and seeing the students that you would have because also some of the students, I don't know how you were when you first started. Certainly when I first started, I was so nervous.
Oh yeah,
it was like,
of course,
just being an 18-year-old in the world is a lot of work.
Yeah.
So coming here, and then as you progress throughout university, and I'm sure you see this with students and with yourself as a student, you become a completely different person. So what's it like seeing, like, knowing that someone that you met when they were like 18, going out and seeing them in like a really high position or doing the thing that they came here to do in the first place?
Yeah, it's great. I guess the great word is like flourishing. So seeing people grow, develop, flourish. And you come to university, it's probably a bit bigger than you were used to at school. Again, it's starting anew. So it is quite scary, but there's lots of support in place, and I think we've got a really good community feel, that sense of belonging that you get coming and being part of Team Glos. So I think that's the major thing that makes it easy, is that you find your people, whether it's the people that you live with, the people on your course, maybe you're a member of a society or a sports team, and that's the glue that holds people together, is that kind of sense of belonging that I think we create at the university, which is great. And, you know, everyone finds their own pathway. No one's got exactly the same journey as you, and that's okay. It's good to be unique.
You make it your own.
Yeah.
You make it your own.
And you mentioned like support and having that kind of community. How do you and your team help students make meaningful connections with the education industry while they're still studying?
Yeah, I mean, so within our school, we've obviously got like that education, teacher training element, but also health and stuff as well, which, you know, big partnerships with NHS and local schools and colleges, etc. So it is about having those formalized partnerships that we've got lots of within the school with, you know, the hospitals, paramedics, whatever that might be, schools, etc. as well. But then also like the smaller partnerships that we've got. So I guess from a sports perspective, the one that's most recent is we've got a partnership with Cheltenham Town Football Club, which is our kind of local professional football club. So there's opportunities for them to enhance our curriculum. We go out and support them. There's kind of mutually beneficial relationships that our students are then able to get involved in those relationships as well. So, you know, you can learn a lot in the university, and you've got to gain that knowledge of your kind of subject area, whatever that might be. But to go and apply it or see it in the real world, you know, that's what brings it to life. And also, something in theory doesn't always look exactly the same in practice. It can be a bit messy. And I think that we need students to embrace that messiness a little bit.
I always get told that as well. Like, I feel like a lot of my lecturers say, like, at the end of the day, you actually do learn on the job.
100%.
Like, obviously, everything you learn here
100%.
is so, like, needed. But then once you actually go into the real world,
Because I do think whether you're a journalist or working in comms
or in sports
or a teacher or a physiotherapist, you learn the theory, but then that theory you'll need to implement it in a certain way depending on who you're working with or who your patient is or who your client is. Especially if you're a teacher, like you can learn everything that you want about being a teacher, and then you show up to a class, and you've got 30 different personalities.
But that's why it's so important to get all these internships and these placements. So what kind of
she loves the segue.
That was a good. I couldn't
segue.
even say that straight face because that was really good.
No, don't.
That's why it's important to get all these internships and stuff. So what kind of opportunities, like placements and networking, do like students have kind of available to them?
Yeah, so as part of some of those more formal partnerships, so things in kind of healthcare, social work and education, teacher training, very formal placements and partnerships that are part of their course. So we know that our BEd primary students are going to be going out on a 8-week placement next week, for example, and they're going to be embedded in a primary school with a teacher, with a class, you know, putting all of the stuff that they've learned at university into practice as well. Similar for kind of lots of our health courses. So some of our paramedic science students will be sat in an ambulance, you know, for the first time, taking up that kind of spare seat in the back of the ambulance and going out to real world call outs and getting that hands-on experience. So those kind of placements and internships are great. Then you've got others which are probably less formalized, which are the placements that, you know, we see as part of biosciences courses or some of our sports programs where they might be working with a particular organization, a charity or a sports team. And again, going out and getting that hands-on experience of working with a group in a community or a psychology student working with particular vulnerable groups and helping them to navigate some of the challenges that they might be facing as well. So yeah, it's all about that real world experience, whether it's formal or informal.
And dare I say, we do it quite well at UoG. We do fantastic things. Like just for you mentioning paramedics, one of my favorite things, or generally one of my favorite days about working here and being a student here, is that the simulation that we do.
Oh, we've mentioned this in like every single episode.
We'll put pictures up. We've put pictures up before. We'll put them up again. But the simulation day at UoG is such a, well, not even evidence, but like such a testament to the thing that you just said of like us telling the students, this is your future job. You're doing it for a whole day. Yeah. Good luck. That kind of thing. Yeah. Could you just, for the listeners and the watchers, explain what the hell we're talking about and how it happens and how it comes about? Because there's a lot of work and a lot of partnerships externally. So tell us all about it.
Yeah. So this is new to me because health is an area that's come to our school in the last kind of 6 months. So I'm looking forward to finding out more about this. But essentially, we set up the campus for kind of a major incident, and that can be lots of different things. It's
a fake incident.
Yes, it's usually
it's not real.
It's usually a surprise, so we don't know what it's going to be.
I think last year was a protest where a car drove into the protest.
Yeah,
As
I was
extreme
there
as
for
that sounds,
Yeah.
it's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, natural disasters, etc.
Yeah.
I think we've had in the past as well. And then lots of our healthcare and associated courses are then sprung into action to help sort out this disaster or event that's occurred. And yeah, that involves them all working together. And we often talk about working in kind of multidisciplinary teams, which means that you've got your paramedics coming in first of all, and then passing them on to nurses potentially as well. And then, what's the next step? Is it that we need emergency first aid for somebody? And we're looking at our sports therapy students coming in and administering some of that as well. So it's this big kind of simulation exercise. We use some of the drama students to get their acting skills.
Yeah, that's great.
So they can be a victim or a patient in that scenario as well. Yeah, and then our staff are there on hand. But essentially, it's over to the students to kind of manage this situation as they would do in the real world if this occurred as well. So yeah, great day. I remember looking out the windows at Oxtall's. I was in a
We were
meeting
there last year.
and I could hear this protest going on. I was like, that's a lot. And looking out the window, and it's the simulation day, and it is just a
I
fantastic
just literally
day.
you'll be sat on campus drinking a coffee, and then suddenly you'll hear sirens and then people screaming, and then there's fake bodies and fake blood everywhere. But I think it's so important because again, we speak about it every episode. One of my favorite things about UoG is how collaborative all the students are. So like you just saying, paramedic students, we spoke about it last week's episode.
Yeah.
Paramedic students working with policing students, working with health and social care students. There's comms and journalism students there to simulate what it's like if you're working in a major event, to have that pressure. And I just don't think that you'll get that anywhere
It's the
else.
connections.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do. I love that. No, it's we talk about relationships and how, especially education, is all about connections that you have. For any young person who hears this day in and day out from our podcast or another podcast about you need to go out there and network, you need to go out there and make those connections. How do you personally think it's the best way to build connections and maintain them in order to kind of get you to a point where you want to be, whether it's the job or just the goal that you have in mind?
Yeah, I think you've got to be proactive. So don't sit and wait for people to come to you. You've kind of got to go out and put yourself out there yourself. Lots of the stuff that we initially start off with is volunteering. So
Amazing.
Getting in touch with those volunteering.
Love that.
I mean, I think we've got one coming up in a week's time. We've got a cross country schools event. Where
Fun.
our students I mean, type 2 fun for some people. But yeah, they can get out there and volunteer and meet people that are doing the job that they want to do. And I guess it's that little foot in the door to go, hi, I'm Jordan from the university. I'm studying sports coaching or physical education. Tell me a little bit about your school. Do you accept placement students? That kind
That's
of stuff.
networking
And
as well. And
it
that's
is,
so good.
yeah.
Those are
And
the
I guess
connections.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's about scattergun.
Yeah.
It's about quality.
Yeah.
So go and have a really good conversation with one or two people to make that connection. It's not about sending a BCC email to 25 different schools.
Yeah, don't spam people.
It's about that, time to have a good quality conversation with someone, or write a really good email to that company that you want to work with, or that school, or whoever it might be, that tells them something about you as a person and what your aspirations are, but also what you're doing currently within your course and how that could help the organization. So many of our placements are mutually beneficial. So it's good for the student, but it's also good for the organization, whether it's a school, health service, charity. So, they're getting something from you as well. So don't undervalue yourself, I guess, would be the one message.
And on that point, because those connections are like a two-way thing. I guess this is your kind of chance now. If there's a business out there or an opportunity that for someone that wants to have student help them better their business or fill in a spot, and also provide an experience for our students, how can they get in touch with you? How can they start that connection with the university?
Yeah, I mean, it's drop us an email.
There'll be info in the description.
Contacts are up on the university website. But yeah, if you've got a project or you're a company or an organization that you think that some of our students from a number of programs could add some value to what you're doing, but also you could give something back. Remember that, we all needed a foot in the door at some point.
100%.
I remember going out and doing my first placement within a school in Cheltenham when I was an undergrad. And I still look back on the guy, Neil, his name was the head of department at school. Shout out Neil. That gave me that first opportunity to come and work with him. And, we all owe that to our professions to, pave the way for the next generation. Yeah.
And, we're talking about having, a foot in the door. What do you think really helps people stand?
She loves a segue. And she's like,
Yeah. She's doing well. She's doing
My
well.
eyes just light up when I hear something that I'm going to segue. From your kind of own professional advice, what do you think really helps a student stand out when they are entering the job market, or they're thinking about going for that internship, that placement, or just applying for a job, really?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I guess, it's a bit standard, but I guess what makes you unique? What's your kind of USP?
And
unique selling point.
Yeah.
Love
that simply could be as your placements, like if you're
the stuff that you've done before,
the stuff you've done before, your simulation day at the university, like things like that. For
build
example,
up your portfolio.
Yeah, because I think that's a really important point to make, because there's a lot of universities out there, and let's not beat around the bush. They teach pretty similar theory stuff. Like if you're a paramedic, you're learning the same stuff up and down the country. But it's about what makes you unique in terms of your location, the area that you're learning in, the placements, the experiences that you've done. So I think that's a really sound piece of advice. It might sound cliche, but it's true.
Yeah, a little bit cliche, but think what do I bring that could be slightly different? And it doesn't have to be something huge. It's just what makes you stand out that little bit from the person that sat next to you, maybe.
Yeah. And then we have a flagship question that we ask everyone. But before we jump into it, I kind of want, just for you on a personal note, like you work a lot with students. We'll discuss about this, but you've just recently finished your PhD.
Yeah.
You have a family, you have a life. Like that becomes hard. And I'm sure we were just talking about how hard it is to do a PhD and have life alongside of it. But what motivates you on tough days? Like what keeps you going?
I think it's the people around you, and that includes, your work colleagues, the students, your friends and your family as well. And I guess working at a university, it kind of does keep you young because you're surrounded by young people. You're surrounded by young people that are, ambitious, want to do well. And it's hard not to be inspired by that. So, when you're coming into a place that has that kind of vibe every day of we're here to make ourselves a little bit better every day, I don't find it that hard. And also, I'm interested and I'm passionate about what I'm doing. If I wasn't, okay, I might have to motivate myself with some rewards or, chocolate or whatever it might be. But you don't, because you're interested in what you're doing, whether it's developing people or your subject, and that really is what gets you out of bed every day.
And that's really great that you mentioned all the people around you, because our flagship Connections Corner question is what connection means to you, and if there's kind of a specific story or a specific time that you can say that a connection has had a big impact on your life. If you can think of one.
Or one single connection that you've made in your life that has, whether it was Neil.
Well, you don't have to pick one.
The floor is yours.
Yeah, no, shout out to Neil. I guess when I first came here, there was two things. So there was a lady called Jo Shire that was in charge of my program when I was an undergrad.
Shout out Jo.
Jo, and she was my PGCE tutor as well. Yeah. And then she was the one that gave me the job when I came back here. Those years later.
So
that's like a full circle.
You couldn't lie in your CV. She knew who you were from the get-go.
I couldn't make it up. And so and also that transition from being a secondary school teacher to an academic. She was great with me for those first few years when I was there as well. So Jo's retired now, but she's still around to see her walking her dog. And I've always got time for her. And that, she had a big influence.
Amazing. Yeah. It's so sweet to hear a lecturer say that about another lecturer when they were a student here, when they first worked here, because every student that we've asked this question to has said my friends are my lecturers. Because it's the people that impact you the most. And it's so nice. And you've just mentioned kind of the transition of being not a primary school teacher, a school teacher to an academic. And we've said that you've just finished your PhD. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It must be such a massive weight off your shoulders to not have to think about the PhD and getting that done anymore. Tell me what it was like, or where were you when you first submitted it or finished it?
I submitted it.
And how long did it take?
Yeah, submitted it from FCH in an office at Francis Close Hall.
Were you by yourself?
Pretty much by myself. And you're obviously online now as well,
Yeah.
so there's no like big printout or it's not like
You don't
that.
get the picture.
So it's just like you just kind of clicked a button and went.
That's kind of it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, right, great. But then when you do your PhD, you also have what's called a viva, which is like an oral examination with some people, experts that have read your thesis. And then, you have that. And I did that. That was at home. I was on Microsoft Teams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I've got a picture on my Instagram or LinkedIn, which was my celebratory cup of tea and beans on toast.
Stop.
We'll get that picture and put it up.
I love that.
That's so
which is
amazing.
great. Yeah.
How long did it take you?
4 years, I think. Yeah. So I think I finished
play.
I finished a year earlier than I needed to. But once you get that, momentum, it's kind of keep going. And I was lucky, I was blessed. I had really good supervisors.
Yeah.
And a topic that you're obviously interested and passionate about.
What was your topic about?
So,
Will we understand it?
Yeah, you will. So it was implementing lifestyle sports in schools.
Okay.
So I did a parkour intervention at a secondary school, and the other school that I worked in, it did like a CrossFit kickboxing hybrid intervention, and then got feedback from the teachers and the pupils. Which was great project, really exciting, some interesting findings. Some of those things that don't really heavily feature in a lot of PE curriculums could have some potential.
And you've done that also with the students here, because I definitely remember you doing parkour with students. And I remember waking up one day and like looking on social and then seeing sports students jumping around the sports hall.
There's like some TikToks or something around from when the team came over to do that. So
That's so
and that
fun.
is that's your research impacts on your curriculum here, which lots of staff are researching cutting edge stuff, which impacts directly on the curriculum here, which means we're sending graduates out to be ready, for 21st century or whatever. It's got to be. We're looking to move our disciplines and our industries forward.
In line with what's happening in real life.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, because obviously you've just finished your PhD, you're going to be graduating in November.
Yeah.
So obviously at UoG, our graduations happen in November. So if you finish your course before, you have to wait till November to graduate. Now, you normally read people's names on the stage as they cross. What's going to happen with you? Are you going to read your own name and then walk and come back? Or
Drop the mic.
Are you not reading the names this year? Or like, have you thought about it?
So we had some comms last week about doing that. So my boss Graham asked me if we'd read the names, and I said, well, Graham, I'm not sure if that's going to be appropriate because I'm going to be graduating, and so luckily Graham is said that he'll pick that up, because I really enjoyed reading the names at graduation, because obviously that's a big honor, but it comes with a little bit of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
And some of our students have some very
Have you ever
names.
done mispronounced or said something?
I probably have. Yeah. I mean,
have they not told you? Do you know?
No, not always. So
I don't think you have.
Yeah. So our students do get the option to upload a voice clip of their name. So if they've got,
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah. So if they've got a complex name, they can do that. And but I was sat in bed the night before graduation with my list of names, revising over them.
So are you going to be sat with the students in the auditorium, or are you going to sit on the stage?
No, I'm going to sit on a stage and then come from.
We'll make sure to be in notice and give you a big hoot and holler. And just before we wrap up, I just have one question, because obviously this podcast is being watched by current students, but mainly by prospective students. And as we said at the beginning, coming to university is a massive investment. And definitely, if you're thinking about studying at UoG, come to an open day, meet lecturers like Jordan, and ask them the questions yourself. But for anyone thinking about studying here, or thinking about going into education from your experience, what advice would you give them, and what would you want them to know about your school and your team?
Yeah, good advice. I tell you what, the advice, and it's advice that I've tried to live by, is good habits every day. It's not the big sensational things that will get you to your goal. It's just doing the right things every day, and that's showing up. First one, go to your lectures, go to your classes, doing your kind of independent study. So whether it's reading, watching a vlog, doing some planning, whatever it might be, and use the lecturers, use the staff members that are here. They're there to help you. So I don't think I did enough of it when I was a student, was to be able to go to your lecturers and say, I don't quite understand this, or can I have a bit of help with my assignment? Then that would be that person that takes the step forward. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know, because no one's expecting you to know everything.
Yeah.
That's really wholesome. I love that. Good habits every day.
Yeah, good habits every day.
Good habits every
New
day.
slogan.
Yeah.
Good habits every day.
Really
Good
sound
habits every
advice.
day.
And then for
And-
any prospective student who is thinking about UoG as their option, what would you? I guess this is your chance as someone who's in charge of outreach, and I think this is your moment to let them know what they need
Speaks
to
to
know.
people.
Yeah, I guess in terms of UoG, I'd say big enough to provide all of the opportunities that you really need to be able to get that experience, that connectedness, the expertise. But also that's small enough to give you that sense of belonging and community and identity that you need, you know, and I think that's really true. And I see it all the time with our students, that kind of strong blue and blue through and through. It's that sense of belonging and that sense of identity that, you know, you're part of something bigger than yourself, which I think is probably unique to what we do here.
And then we've spoken about that before, like how a small university, it's like a small university with a big university feel because of how close you are to everyone. And then what did you say last week? You're 5 people away from everyone in the world.
Yeah, have you heard? Apparently, you're 5 people away from everyone in the world.
Right.
And that's like a theory that you're so connected to people.
I think this has been like. I don't think that's a myth.
No, it's a thing. It's a study.
Apparently, you
Okay.
are. 'Cause you always know someone who knows someone who knows someone. I mean, I don't know. Are we 5 people away from like The Rock?
Yeah,
like
probably.
that's quite a stretch. But yeah, well, we always talk about this as well because I always say how like in my lecture, there's 16 of us.
Yep.
Like in my class, and it's just crazy to me.
Because you know everyone, you know how you work
but
with each other.
I like that, and you never feel like a number as well.
I think that's so important.
Yeah, no, I'd say that's very true in the kind of school that I work in, is that, you know, class sizes and stuff big enough to give you everything that you need in terms of exposure and experience, but you know, small enough to make sure that you still feel that individualized, personalized. Your lecturers will know your name, you know, that kind of stuff. Then that's, you know, that's really important to
and that
some
like
people.
one-to-one support is really, really important. As a lecturer, and I don't know if you're allowed to say this, but we're going to ask you the question anyways, because I'm really intrigued. You would have been a personal tutor with a lot of students.
Yeah.
What's like the most ridiculous excuse that you've had of someone not showing up to a lecture, like not showing up to a lecture or missing something, like the dog ate my homework kind of stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had like, you know, those classic kind of stuff there. But what I will say is that when I first started here, there was a bunch of sports girls, don't know what they were, netball maybe, or hockey possibly as well. And one of them now teaches out in Dubai. And this is how committed they were to their Thursday morning practical. And if you know about Wednesday nights, Thursday morning practicals can be a little bit painful. And so they'd gone out on a night and I think they were dressed as Pocahontas with like a luminous face paint, all of that kind of stuff. But 9:15 Thursday, they rock up to my practical. And they're still in their outfits, but they were like, Jordan, we're here. So I'm going to flip that on its head and say, you know, actually, it's the commitment the other way that, you know, you've got to balance it, because being a student is all about some of those other things, socials and whatever
100%.
else, being involved in that. You know, we're not stupid. We were all students once as well. So we know what it's like. And that's a big part of your uni experience. But yeah, get the balance right. And
So
I think
you would 100% rather a student shows up in a Wednesday night fancy dress than not show up at all.
Yeah.
You have to respect that. Like
that's
that's
fair play.
really
That is actually dedication.
It's the classic. Like last year, I had a lecture Thursday 9:15, and my lecturer would always be like, "No one's going to be here." Like that's just
They've lost the plot.
Yeah.
But also fair play to anyone who's not part of that society, showing up to the lecture and then seeing people
just
dressed up.
Pocahontas. There.
Yeah.
Like wow.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
and then
love
just
that.
thank you so much. Honestly, like we've been here chatting for like half an hour and it felt like 5 minutes. So thank you so much for coming and taking the time of your day. But we have one final question for you.
If you could kind of sum up UoG, or was it your experience, or just UoG in general?
Your experience.
In 3 words, how would you sum it up?
Oh yeah,
a hard
good.
question.
Great question. So I think first one is that belonging. So that sense of being part of something bigger than yourself, and also the idea of, you know, when you're here, try and leave the shirt in a better place, which was kind of a New Zealand All Blacks kind of mantra, which was you're only here for maybe 3-4 years. Leave the shirt in a better place for the people that are going to follow you. I think that's really big. I guess for me, this is quite personal, but also what I see in the students is that transformational experience. And it sounds cheesy and corny, but you know, your 3 years, 4 years that you're with us here, that can be opening the doors to the rest of your life. And it is that, you know, embrace that, you know, take the opportunities that are presented to you as well. And and I guess the last one is that kind of sense of purpose. So, you know, doing the right things every day.
Yeah.
Make sure you're
I love
showing up.
that.
All of that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, belonging, transformation, purpose.
That's so amazing.
I love that. That's so actually really inspiring.
Yeah, that's going to get clipped into the social
Yeah,
flip.
that
That's for
is
sure.
a brilliant quote.
Fab. Thank you so much
I
for
can
taking
see
the
that.
time coming
On a
in.
poster.
Yeah, it's going to be a picture of you.
Jordan on a poster, just somewhere.
No, but honestly, it's so true. Like, you come to university with a hope that no matter what course you're studying, that you'll get out of it kind of like a career or a dream job. So say yes to everything.
Because this is an investment.
100%.
Yeah.
And what you put into it is what you'll get out of it. So thank you
Exactly.
so much for
Yeah.
sharing.
Say
that.
yes to everything, always.
That's always been your
I
piece of
always
advice.
say this.
That
Say
could be
yes to
quite
everything.
dangerous.
Yeah, no.
I know, but I got that drilled into me in first year by my lecturer. Like, say yes to everything.
Say yes to positive opportunities. That's the important
Yeah.
thing.
Solid. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
watching and listening. As always, we're Connections Corner. I'm Hesham.
I'm Ivana.
And if you're interested in... Why did you say it like that?
Why are you signing out like that? We've
No,
never done this
we've
before.
never done that. Again.
As always, I mean,
That's always my name. But yeah, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you're new to us, there's a bunch of episodes. Go back, listen and watch.
every single Wednesday.
Exactly. We're here to talk everything about UoG outside of lectures and the ways of how we can connect you to your dream job and your career. If you're interested in coming to study at UoG, head to glos.ac.uk and book to an open day. There's multiple ones happening throughout the year, depending on where you're watching this. And then come and meet lecturers like Jordan. And I think open days are the best way to get an idea of what it's like to study here, right?
Yeah, open day is brilliant. It's such a great day. Yeah, really, really inspiring and loads going on.
Yeah, you get to hear from our lecturers and talk to our students, and I think that's the best way to do it. And if you're a part of Team Glos already, hello and welcome back. See you on campus. But yeah, thank you so much.
Follow us on all the socials.
As always.
As always, join the broadcast channel.
She loves to plug the socials. That's like your main job, isn't
Yeah,
it?
of course.
But yeah, always follow us on social. Go to the broadcast channel because then you'll be able to watch the
Instagram,
broadcast
TikTok.
before it comes out. But thank
Yeah.
you so much. One of the
Thank
things
you
that we
very
like to do is at the end of each episode, it's kind of like CBBS vibes.
It's
Yeah.
kind
We-
of cringy, but
But we do
you
it
know,
anyways.
everyone gets involved.
We look at the main camera and we do like a bye.
Oh, great.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll count
yeah.
us in as always. And on 3, we'll do a nice bye to Team Glos, okay? 1, 2, 3. Bye.